Hi everyone, it is October 9th, and that means it is day 9 of furloughs for tens of thousands of people and over 100,000 people without a paycheck in the airline industry alone. So we keep up our fight. We are continuing our fight. We are continuing to say hashtag relief now. If you are following this video right now, say it now, hashtag relief now. What I also want to note is that every single day counts. In the airline industry, as we have people on furlough or on leave status, we have people who are losing their qualifications, having to go to a longer training to get back. All of these things are going to continue to increase as time goes on. So when we talk with people about the infrastructure that they're pulling apart and the jobs, we can talk about real people and the real impact. Of course, there are people all over this country who are without a job and without healthcare in a pandemic. That we have in common. But in the airline industry, as we said before, we're not special, but we are unique in the fact that we are certified safety professionals. And part of the problem here is that every day that goes on, the problem gets bigger and bigger because you have a harder time getting people back to work, putting the pieces back together, restoring the service to the communities that has been canceled. All of that gets harder and harder. Our country gets less and less connected. We also start to run out of money to pay our rent, to do the things that spend into the economy and support other jobs. So what I would like to ask of you is to start to incorporate in your messaging hashtag every day counts. So we need relief now and every day counts. And so then also we need you to be telling your stories about what that means. There are some people who have been displaced from their homes, displaced from their bases, and as long as this goes on and we don't have the PSP extension, the airlines are making decisions based on the fact that they wouldn't have that, and they're making economic decisions to try to right-size the airline and make decisions that will mean less reduction or to reduce their losses. They're going to continue to have losses for a while because they're running at less than 50% of the demand from a year ago, much less than that in revenue. Revenue is way down even from that. So they're making these decisions that are impacting real people, and every day counts. I have heard some of you talk about the fact that it looked very promising that we would get the PSP extension, and so you held out on giving that notice to your landlord, and that means that there is going to be another month of rent that you are responsible for. It's going to mean that you're going to be paying more and breaking that lease. There are all kinds of things that are individual decisions and also airline-wide repercussions with the operations and with our service to all of our communities, that every single day counts. So we are going to incorporate that in because we need relief now. Now there is discussions because of us. Let's be clear. Every party here, every actor here is using us as a pawn in this process. You are probably feeling incredible whiplash from this week. On Tuesday, President Trump undercut his own negotiator and called off negotiations, said the negotiations will no longer go on. And then later that night singled us out and said to the rest of the world that we would get relief. That may have been perceived as a lifeline, but what that also sent as a signal is that it was pitting us as workers against every other working American. And so that has made it very difficult. Since that time, President Trump has restated many times what he wants. At one point, it was a skinny bill, and then on Rush Limbaugh earlier, it was more than either the Democrats or Republicans wanted to do. The problem with that is that when you have these unclear messages from the decision maker, and then you're trying to get negotiations done, it makes it very, very difficult. So we have to stay focused on getting relief now. We have to really stay focused on that. We have to demand that. of Speaker Pelosi and of Secretary Mnuchin and of Mitch McConnell. And we have to demand this of Congress. We have to demand that Congress do their job and get this relief in place. So there was movement in negotiations today, of course. That has been reported now. So there is reason to believe that there is an effort to move closer to a full coronavirus relief bill, of which we would be a part. And so the Speaker has said that with a full coronavirus relief bill, of course, we would be included with our PSP extension. Everyone is saying we're going to be included everywhere, but every day counts. So even as they're working through final language or things, if they need to simply pass our PSP extension as they work out those final details, whatever it is, we need relief now, and every day counts. And we have to help people understand why it counts and what is going on here. So we need your stories at crewlife@afa-CWA.org. Please tell us the full stories if you would like to tell your story. Otherwise, start to just incorporate that into your social media, your statements, and don't forget to include your pictures. Remember, again, we are in this period of coronavirus, so make sure they're a mask picture. If it's not a mask picture, just a little note that it was taken pre-COVID. It's just helpful to be clear about that. So I am sorry that everyone is feeling whiplash. Here's what I want to report out to you. I expect that we are going to be fighting next week and the week after that. And I want to just read this portion of a sentence of a letter that was from airline unions and the industry, all of them. So all of our airlines together signed this letter. We simply will not rest until we pursue every available option to its fullest extent. So we are going to do that. We are really, really united with the industry on this. There comes a point in time when it is impossible to unscramble this egg because it's been so pulled apart, and that's just the reality. We're looking at somewhere around the end of this month, hitting that inflection point. So we need relief now, and every single day that we go without it makes it harder to unwind it. So that's what we really have to help people understand, is that every single day counts for individuals and for that infrastructure that America counts on. I want to, again, thank all of you. You have been on the front line since the beginning of this time. Remember when coronavirus started and everybody talked about the essential workers and really propping essential workers up and thanking them for their work. They gave us a really nice title, but they have never given us the hazard pay or the recognition for that work or the PPE to do our jobs. All of that is part of this coronavirus relief, and we need it now. And instead of getting that, people are being thrown out of their jobs, thrown out of their health care. It's really unacceptable. Let me go back to inaction is not an option. Hashtag relief now. Hashtag every day counts. Your AFA Board of Directors has been meeting each day with updates at 3 o'clock. We just got off one of those calls just now. We have a full board meeting scheduled for Tuesday at 3 o'clock. We are going to be discussing all of our options too, because we simply are not going to stand by and allow us to be picked apart, allow us to be pitted against each other, allow our country to fall apart. We're just simply not going to stand by and allow that to happen. So we are going to be talking about all of our options to stand together and to force a solution here. And so continue to stay tuned, continue to act. The other thing that I would ask you is please sign up to take part in a Relief Now event. We need a lot of those all over the country. A lot of people have asked, hey, should we do another March on Washington? I have to tell you, we did that. It was a real success. I want to thank everyone who made that happen. That was extraordinary. But now we really need to be having these events everywhere. We need to show that we're everywhere. We need to show that we are where we vote. And so we are going to be voting, all of us. And that is a part of the pressure right now as well to get this done. As someone said to a representative this week, a very strong union leader said, if we are furloughed, then you are going to be furloughed on November 3rd. So let's get to work, everybody. I want to again thank Chairman Peter DeFazio, for being our champion. Chairman Wicker in the Senate has been working directly with Chairman DeFazio, and he has been phenomenal. I want to also thank Ranking Member Maria Cantwell for her support of our jobs and the PSP extension, and also Sam Graves in the House, who has been supporting this as well. We have a lot of other supporters, but these have really been people who have been championing our cause, and I think it's important to let you know that. So Chairman DeFazio, from the very beginning on our side, and has not let up once. So let's all thank him too. All right, so I want to let you know, again, I expect this fight to go next week and probably the week following. So make sure that you are taking a self-care day. I have to go down and look at it, what people call that, because I don't know. Mental health day, whatever it is, recharge, okay? Everybody is having a hard time here. Make sure that you are recharged. I'm going to try to do that too, because we have to be in this fight and finish it. And we're going to finish it together. No matter what that means, we're going to finish it together. And we are not going to let this process mean that people just go and are hurt by inaction. Because inaction is not an option. Hashtag relief now. Hashtag everyday counts. Love you all. Stay safe. And we'll talk to you again. I don't expect another update over the weekend. Of course, if anything specific happens, you will get one. But otherwise, we'll update you again on Monday. Thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe. Keep acting. Calls, tweets, Relief Now events. Hashtag Relief Now. Hashtag Everyday Counts. Send your emails to crewlife@afa-CWA.org. Stay safe. We'll talk to you soon.